You are looking live here in Hamilton, Canada for a match between Queens and uOttawa. Queens is over here going from right to left across your screen wearing the navy blue with red and yellow trim. Going from left to right, we have uOttawa wearing maroon with white trim. Head ref today is Beth Ann. We are about ready to get underway. And there's Evan Beth Ann waving hi to all you folks at home watching. So if you guys are watching live, if you have questions, I will try to keep my eyes on the screen as best I can. If I miss them, you can just keep asking them until I respond to you. My name is David, I'm your American announcer, and we are ready to play here in Hamilton. So right off the bat, Queens grabs the ball, making a run for a while. There are no bludgers going through. He scores. Was he beat before? It is good. So it is good. So Queens leads 10-0. Can you help him with like timekeeping and scorekeeping right now for this first part of the game? Thank you.
Never mind. Yeah, Miriam.
uOttawa slowly approaching here with the ball. Big thing to note here are the beaters who are wearing the black headbands out there. There are 3 bludgers on the field at any time, and your team has 2 beaters, which means you can have 2 of 3. That's what we call bludger control. Bludger control is one of the better indicators for a team being able to take the game to their own pace. Right now, uOttawa just got control of the bludgers back, so we'll see if they can be a little bit more offensive or see if their defense can become really tight here. Queens slowly advancing the quaffle, going to number 36. Once again, those white headbands means they're a chaser. He passes it back to the green headband, which means he's a keeper. Keepers and chasers are the 2 that can touch a quaffle. Speaking of which, he scores. Queens on the goal. They lead 20-0 off the goal there by number 36. uOttawa coming back up. They did lose bludger control on that last bit. So as we see right in front of our camera right now, that's the uOttawa beater, number 7, trying her best to get control of it back from the Queens beater. Notice how number 30 did a good job there, making sure to go back and not attack the girl from the front. From behind. You cannot tackle from behind here in Quidditch. You can only tackle directly from the front with one hand, not with 2 hands either. Keeper slowly moving forward once again for uOttawa as they gain control of the ball. They are going for a line change with one of their beaters though, so they're going to take their time. Passes across to 27. 27 continuing to advance. Pass over here to number 4. Number 4 pushes it back to number 30. He's got to be careful. He can only go back across that midway point once. He's beat as he passes it across. 27. Trying to see if they can get it deep to number 18. So far, nobody is open though. Good defense here by Queens. Passes it back to the keeper. Over to number 4, just out of her hands, and she loses control of the broom. She'll have to go back to her hoops. If you are struck by a bludger or if the broom comes out from between your legs, you need to run without the broom between your legs all the way back to your hoops, touch up, and then you can remount your broom, which usually here in Quidditch is some sort of a PVC pipe. No, it's not just you. This is a little bit fuzzy. We are doing this off of Wi-Fi. I can try to see if we can change any of the settings, but I am very new to this whole YouTube thing here. So I will see what I can do if maybe... Oh, I can make it so there's bubbles on the screen, but I don't think that's what you people at home want. So let's try this, see if this is any effect on it. Yeah, it is like radio Quidditch. I was always told by my parents I do have the face for radio. So, Continuing on, uOttawa back with the ball. Not much has changed. The score is currently 20-10. Queens in the lead. uOttawa moving the quaffle forward. Keeper just trying to go through people. Pass. Ooh, the wind is taking care of that one, although they still have control. Fighting for it, and we have a whistle stopping play. We have a video review upcoming. So we're going to be taking a quick 5-minute break here. Checking the video, not my video thankfully, it is a video of the lovely gentleman who is standing next to me. Checking to see if the ball went in or not. Meanwhile, we have a bagpipe in the background. If you thought that Canada was different than Scotland, you are sadly mistaken today. So the bagpipe is coming from SFU Quidditch. Let me see if I can wheel around to show you guys. There he is, putting sadly the bagpipe down, but you can see it there in all of its glory, calling all sorts of interesting creatures to play. Alrighty. Oops.
No, maybe they're in a timeout. This looks like a timeout.
Video review.
Oh, video review of the catch?
No, goal.
Okay.
So once again, folks, if you are just joining us, we are currently on a video review for a goal right now. The current score as it stands is 20-0 for Queens over uOttawa. I'll get a check here on the time.
I'm willing to slip a 50 to Katie.
What?
To have the bagpipe to win? Sorry?
Our current game time right now is 4:13. A few milestones coming up for those of you new to Quidditch. At 16 minutes, we'll get the Seekers over here. If you'll notice, there are no yellow headbands, which says they are a Seeker. So at 16 minutes, Seekers will come on over. The Snitch will be put onto the pitch at the 17-minute mark, and the Seekers will then be released to try to catch the Snitch at 18 minutes of game time.
Yo, does sitting here mean we have to be sort of polite?
So who's
I mean, I'd rather you guys not swear or anything
whose
like
goal are
that.
they
Try not to swear.
All right, I'll try. Whose goal are they reviewing?
Queens.
Queens, apparently.
Queen's apparently?
What's the score?
20-0 Queens over uOttawa.
Really?
I mean, how long has the game gone on for?
A bit over 4 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So it's fairly new into it. So once again, this is the Quidditch or the Canada Quidditch National Tournament, meaning we have teams from all over the great country of Canada. The only thing that's not from Canada here is your announcer. Your announcer is from Michigan, and if any of you want to see any more awesome Quidditch content, including possibly seeing my face, then you should think about coming down to Round Rock, Texas on the weekend of April 13th and 14th for the U.S. National Tournament. We will also be live streaming those events through the US Quidditch page on YouTube. I highly recommend you guys come check us out then. Once again, I'm seeing we have a few new people joining us, so we are currently on a video review, which looks like it is wrapping up right now, checking on a Queens goal. The current score at the 4:15 mark is 20-0 for Queens over uOttawa. It turns out they are not almost done. Instead, water was spilled, which is the opposite of something getting done. In fact, it is just making more work for those behind the table. So this is something unique to Canada Quidditch, and I believe it might be the IQA as well, where they actually have video review for certain goals. So, it is not something which is in all aspects, but it'll be interesting to see if this feature can be added to more Quidditch competitions in the future. So I guess for the time being, I'll just kind of give you guys a good view around. So currently we have our Queens team over here, still waiting on the verdict. We can see the beautiful city of Hamilton in our background. And uOttawa, once again, is on our left side, shooting to the right to try to score.
With the goal to have it require a video review.
I believe it was a beat, like near at the same point that it was launched. I think that's what they're checking on.
How many times can you challenge?
If you get it right, definitely. If you get it wrong, that's it.
Is that the same with Quidditch? Sorry, not Quidditch, with snake matches?
I'm not 100% certain. I'm not from this country, so I don't know exactly how they do it. From Michigan.
Oh, okay. Welcome. Where in Michigan?
Just north of Lansing. There goes one of our Queens players by us now. Looks like he's having a good day. Hopefully he's having a good day. And hopefully all of you are too. The refs have come to a conclusion. And here's our official ruling. So Queens gets the goal there. And therefore they will lead. So does that change the score? That will change the score. So it will be 30-0 lead for Queens over uOttawa.
I think that should be a card. I think he's there a 20 or something.
His name's Kyle. I would yell at him.
All right, so after a short 5-minute break, we are back on to play here. uOttawa tosses the quaffle back. They do get one reset, which means you can go back beyond the midline one time per offensive push. So now that they've done that, they cannot go back beyond the yellow line without incurring a penalty. So uOttawa trying to move forward. Unfortunately, tackled, met with good resistance there by Queens. Ball is taken out, but it was a bit of excessive force there used by the Queens keeper.
And definitely from behind.
Sorry, who are you cheering? Queens. Okay. So that was actually in your favor.
There it is.
I know, but I still look at that and I go,
Yeah, I get it.
Contact from behind is going on number, looks like 88 there for Queens. So he'll have to come off for a 1-minute penalty. Now with Quidditch, you cannot have no keeper at all on the field. So you'll notice that he's currently switching headbands with one of the chasers. So he is now an honorary chaser, and that chaser is now the keeper for the team. You always need to have a keeper on at a time. So this will be a 1-minute penalty, which you should come over here for, Bud, instead of being over there. We want you over here by the box. So you're going to be right over here, Bud?
You're directly from my view.
Next to the scores table, Bud.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't care.
So he'll be in the box once again for 1 minute or until uOttawa scores a goal. In which case they are still down 30 here, about 5 minutes into the match. So now with a man advantage and with bludger control, this is U of Ottawa's best chance to try to get a score. We're currently playing keep away right now as the keeper just keeps on holding up the quaffle, slowly advancing it, waiting for an opening. He's got an open chaser, doesn't pass it, instead takes it himself and scores. He's back in, and so the score is now 30-10. This lead is for Queens over uOttawa. All right, Queens slowly advancing. Lead by 20, sending two chasers out wide, one out left, one out to the right. The one out to the right is kind of stopped up short. She's moving, trying to get open, but solid defense from uOttawa. Ball goes back to number 88. 88 driving forward through one defender and scores! 40-10 off of a dominant play by number 88 for Queens. They have the lead, and I'm sorry if I said uOttawa earlier. Queens has the lead 40-10.
he's in there, ready to beat.
uOttawa trying to move up. Not too much pace, though. They're happy here taking their time. That whistle was not for us, folks, so we're good to keep playing. Pass over number 28's head over to looks like number 7. 7 on the far side. Still not finding any deep options. Number 68 is trying to find an opening behind the hoops, but so far nothing is happening on that end. 7 deep pass blocked. And we're on a counterattack the other way. Queens number 19 tries to get around. Good tackle there by number 7. Unfortunately, he gets it back to number 88. Shot goes off the post and is going to bounce out of bounds. That'll be uOttawa quaffle. And we have a stoppage in play for something happening behind. They're calling that a good goal.
I also don't understand why.
So it didn't look like from our end, but what the head ref says goes. So our score now is 50-10 for Queens. So uOttawa now, once again, they are down by 40. That's a big number. The difference between 40 and 30 in Quidditch is quite large because the snitch is only worth 30 points. uOttawa tries to reset, but unfortunately, their chaser is beat. There are no beaters back right now, so Queens is rushing hard. Good defense there as they try to wrap him up, and he does get it out on the side. Number 13 going deep. She unfortunately can't get to it. Number 74 for uOttawa takes it. There is one beater back that he's got to contend with. He's got one man and one lady coming with him. Solid push. He's using the keeper as a human shield, and he scores. 40-20. 50-20. Numbers are hard. 50-20. Queens has the lead. So Queens slowly coming back within your view.
Yeah.
30-point lead. Their beaters are giving him a path. He has a path. The pass deep to the back, and it's blocked by number 18. Solid defensive play as the camera goes sideways. If any of you at home can tell, I am not a professional videographer. I am a teacher. So this is a bit without of my realm. So please give me a little bit of patience.
That's why bludgeon
Alrighty.
is 2 on one side, 1 on the other.
So uOttawa trying to move it up. They currently do not have bludger control. Instead, it is Queens bludger control. They have 2 of them. However, uOttawa still making a good move. Good job there by 18. 18 gets past one bludger. Trying to get past people. He is still shaking tackles. One-man wrecking crew and scores. Score is 50-30. They are back within 20. Our AR has called for time here. There's been an infraction which she has seen. Waiting now for the call. So there's our ref crew in a huddle. We never know truly what they're talking about. Maybe they're just ordering pizza. Or maybe they're actually deciding what the right call is. What's the call there? No call. We are 9:06 into the game. The score is 50 for Queens and 30 for uOttawa. Remember, the next big time we got to deal with is at 16 minutes, the Seekers will start making their way towards the scoring table. 17 minutes, we're going to have our snitch released onto the pitch. And at 18 minutes, we are going to have the Seekers released and try to catch said snitch.
Wow.
It's like a nasty hit from behind the play. We have medics currently heading out onto the field for a Queens player. So apparently somebody named Kyle is down for Queens. He is holding his head for his own privacy. I've decided to take the camera and move it away from him. So, once again, we are probably a bit past the 9:30 mark here in beautiful Hamilton, Ontario. The score, uOttawa 30, Queens 50. We're going to be taking a short break here while some of our refs come in while we wait for the medics to take a look at our competitor here. I will talk to you in a few minutes.
I was watching the beaters. True. Yeah, they've been doing that to everyone, frankly. This neck check has been happening to literally every person who's been injured.
Because that's how you check for a spinal or for a head injury. You have to
Yeah, but the one guy hurt his still checked. How was the commentary in the last one? Was it mean enough?
Yeah. I like the lasagna reference. It was right back. Yeah.
What team do you play for?
McKay. I used to play for
What do you play for now?
McKay.
Alrighty, folks, I am back. So, few things to note. Currently, it is actually, the wind has calmed down here from what we had this morning here in Hamilton, Ontario. We probably had gusts up to about 10 or so to 15 or so miles an hour, which you can tell me what is in kilometers an hour. I believe that's probably close to, not something I know off the top of my head. Well, there's 3 miles in 5 kilometers. So if it was, say 12 miles an hour, then that would mean that would be 4 times 5, which if my math is correct, should be about 20 kilometers an hour was some of our wind gusts this morning. Thankfully, that has calmed down as well as the temperature has risen. We are in Fahrenheit, are probably somewhere in the low 40s. With Celsius, I'm sure somewhere around 4. Once again, you guys can correct me here in the comments. Our player is currently sitting up, which is a good sign for him. They are still looking at him for possible head injury. When does Valhalla play? Not at this time. I will check on the schedule and be right back.
Valhalla's playing right now on field 4. Field 4.
So if you guys didn't hear, the Valhalla is currently playing on field 4, and this is field 2. So if you have a magical camera, or if you can just apparate on over to field 4 here in Hamilton, Ontario, you can watch. Right now, we just have a game between Queens and uOttawa. Players are getting back ready to play. Once again, a reminder, we're at about the 9.5 minute mark. The score is Queens 50 and uOttawa 30. Queens with the quaffle in the attacking zone. Our head ref is currently describing, you want to see the guy with the big beard. He's an absolute machine. I agree with you. That he is. Fortunately, he's not here right now. All right, so there was no call after that. The ref was just talking to the other players, making sure they are reset in the correct way. And on the whistle, we will return back to play. And here we go. So already we got Queens and uOttawa Chasers locked into each other. Passed back to the keeper for Queens. Still in the offensive zone, number 97, the keeper. So happy, content to hold it here, waiting for a better option. Right now, uOttawa has got solid defense, keeping both of the chasers for Queens down low occupied. Number 18 for Queens, trying to move down low, trying to get open, but unfortunately, the ball is taken away from the keeper. uOttawa, though, picks it up. They got a fast break, but the beater stops him. Queens will recapture the quaffle and try again. There's your bearded hero for the person looking for them in the comments. uOttawa. Trying to put a chaser out front. Unfortunately, he is beat. Queens slowly moving forward. No openings to pass to, although he's starting to get beat now. Oh, they say it was a natural motion there. He's beat again, and now uOttawa pushing. Oh, he missed the beat, and uOttawa capitalizes. The score is 50-40. Queens' lead is dropped down to 10.
Lucky, he moved.
but the beater was close.
He did a little juke, a little jive.
Taking a look at our beaters, uOttawa currently has bludger control, meaning they do have 2 of the 3 bludgers. And that probably will help explain why they've had such a good comeback here. Don't forget, folks, they were down 50-10 at one point. They've scored 30 straight to make it this way. However, number 97 for Queens has something to say about that. Getting 10 of his own, their lead is back to 20. The score 60-40. Number 97 with the unassisted goal. uOttawa's number 28 slowly bringing it up. She's got a few friends with her as well. Number 68 trying to go back around the hoops. Queens has a player marking him. Not sure if he'll be able to get open. Number 6 now with a quaffle. Brings it back over the halfway mark. Number 19 for Queens is beat. The pass over to 28. She gets it over to the keeper, 30. He's got only one other person, but there are no beaters. The pass goes off of the hands of number 68. Still fighting for it, and Queens will gain control. So they're all fighting for it. Queens, though, clears out the players, and now the keeper has control, so they can reset and go on offense.
All right.
I got a question. Camera says locked on the ball.
Okay.
Back a second.
Very.
Queens with 20-point lead, starting to head back up. 68 is beat 97. Deep pass over to 19, but currently he's got a beater on him. Tries to kick away the quaffle, only to hit the poor beater in the body.
Their problem remains exactly the same. Their passes aren't connected, right? Like, I mean, you put everything else together, their beaters are doing much better.
You have a stoppage and play here.
But their passes just like
So you cannot, unfortunately, deflect away the quaffle like that.
long, hard passes, which
So because of that, the beater for uOttawa will receive a blue card, which is a 1-minute penalty. So he will come off the field here. It'll be a power play for Queens.
really hard, long.
The bigger part of it, besides it just being a power play, though, folks, is that now that there's only 1 beater on the field for uOttawa, that means that Queens will regain bludger control, which is a key part of the game. Number 97 drives through and scores. Number 44 is back on the pitch. The score here should be, it's 70-40. Back to a 30-point lead for Queens as uOttawa returns on offense. What's our time here, Logan? We are at the 13-minute mark of this game. 3 minutes away from seeing our seekers and 5 minutes from having them released on the snitch. Bad turnover there by uOttawa. Queens looking to take advantage. There's no bludgers back. It's just him and the chasers. Oh, what a steal there by the uOttawa defender, number 74. A clutch play on defense, and that'll keep it a 30-point game. In case you couldn't hear that, it is 13:35 minutes into the game. uOttawa dancing on the midline. Trying to find a good place to go. Goes to the keeper, number 69. He gets pressured, tosses it long, but there's nobody behind the hoops to take advantage of it. It goes out of bounds, and so that'll be Queens quaffle. Their keeper, number 88, will bring it back in as they did a whole chaser line change in the meanwhile. Fresh legs out here for Queens as they look to be able to take advantage of it. 14:05 into the game. We are 2 minutes away from seeing our seekers and 3 minutes from the snitch being released.
Apply for one of the scouting positions because the team they want people to volunteer to invite people out to try out.
Queens trying to go through. 74 trying to work his magic like he did last time, putting up a good defense on there. Gets the shot off while being tackled, and 88 scores. It's 80-40 back outside of snitch range.
So I'm more watching teams like these who are maybe not.
Isn't it amazing, folks, how you see somebody trying to be sneaky going in front of the camera, yet they're really just ducking lower in the camera frame. But that's okay. We like to see our athletes here at Quidditch Canada Nationals. So number 4, the chaser for uOttawa, slowly taking it up. They changed their keeper. I believe he is number 2 now. So once again, we see number 18 and number 1 or number 7 back there trying to get open. Number 2 throws it back there. Unfortunately, it hits the upright, so it couldn't get grabbed by number 7 there, and instead it will be a turnover. We have a stoppage in play.
I can't. I don't know if I need to apply it.
Don't worry about it.
I mean,
Wait, do you know the number last year? I'm like, I think it was 19. I'm
but
like,
it'll be, there's the panda.
I did this saying, I kept running around
Also
yelling,
that.
where are my sweatpants?
Yeah,
Where are my
what is that?
sweatpants? When we got home from the ski trip, I was like, fuck, I left them behind.
I
So I,
won't
was, I
get
turned to
this
Such, I was like, Such, you know the sweatpants that look like yours? And he
I'll be
said,
too fresh and
what, you mean the ones you're wearing?
job.
So,
For everything.